What is good, y'all? SGG Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Indianapolis Colts rebuild video, baby. And today we're gonna finally figure out who takes this division, or hopefully, it could still come down to the last game of the week, of the year season if we lose. But for good luck today in the victory, man, please leave the video with a like, show that love and support so it can get out some more people. Road to 1K. And if you guys enjoy the content, just know there's more of this slow sim style of rebuild coming soon on at least Madden and MLB. We may draw on other games too here from occasionally. So if you guys want good gaming content, smooth content, go ahead and join the family. Now, into today's action though, we are going to be, like I said, trying to lock up this division. We've clinched a playoff spot, but at 13-1, technically the Jaguars could win out with 2 of those 3 victories being against us. We could lose out and actually end up losing the division. Having to be a wild card team, and we would most likely be the top seeded wild card team, so we'd be the 5 seed. But I do not want to lose this division at all if we can help it. And the team is going to stand in our way is the Travis Etienne, Josh Allen, led Christian Kirk, but yeah, Kirk Cousins led Jaguars, as he is their starting quarterback now out there at 37 years old, still trying to lead a team into the postseason, and he's done better than Trevor Lawrence did with this team, getting them to an even better record, not letting them slide, and looking like a strong playoff team even if they don't take the division from us. Etienne in the backfield, they have Kirk, Ridley, Elijah Moore at the receiver spots. Tight end, they have Evan Ingram, and a tight end that we actually wanted in the draft, Anthony St. Louis, who I was targeting for a good minute. Looks like he's gotten up to a 76 overall this season. 75 possession though, base with no morality boost. Still normal dev. Looks like he's progressed pretty well. His catching and short route running is still good, which is most of what he'd be running with us if we had actually been able to take him. The offensive line is looking decent. Defensive line for the Jags is okay. They have the guy that we were supposed to take in last year's draft, followed by rookie Quincy Winter. Then you follow the rest of the front 7 is actually where they get pretty strong. They're good at the middle linebacker spot and outside linebacker spots. And then the DBs, outside of Tyson Campbell, we should be able to cook off of. But we're a team that focuses on our run primarily. So with that front 7 actually being strong, that could follow suit to be detrimental to the game for us. So I'm going to start with our front 5. Quentin Nelson getting an upgrade boost here to his agility, so he can run those inside zones, those stretches, those sweeps, our outside read options, so everybody can get open. We're upgrading our DBs to handle their receiving core. Vince Anthony, hopefully, don't go to sleep today in coverage. He's able to actually keep up that good man-to-man skill that he actually does have. 82 overall now. Ryan Kelly, another offensive line piece, working on the agility, because sometimes we run up the middle, inside, like under center inside zones, dives, the read options when we actually do hand it off and let the running back go up the middle. So we got to make sure he's being agile and getting to his blocks and getting to the second level. John Peppers, the rookie that we've got, that I'm not mad at all, has played great this season, leading the way in interceptions for the team and up there in the league as far as the conference and actually the full league too, with his 5 interceptions on the season. Will Fries, another one of our offensive line, so just gonna be big in the front 5, and all 3 upgrades that we've had to this point have been on agility. This is the offensive line that we ran behind all season to be great and perfect, and then the defense has been able to hold teams. But this is going to be our first true test, because we have not played the Jaguars at all season. And this year they started out just as hot and on fire as us. A couple more losses throughout the middle. And honestly, how bad we lost in the first game, that loss probably should have counted for about 4 or 5. But Anthony Richardson has kept us afloat, man. 43 touchdowns compared to 19 interceptions, which is like on pace for what he was doing last year interception-wise, but well more touchdowns and yardage. And then for the Jaguars, front 7, skill position guys, and a veteran leader at quarterback. He might not be all that good, but veteran leadership can win you a lot of ball games. So for good luck in today's videos, man, drop a like down below. And let me get your score predictions too in the comments. What do you think the outcome of this game is going to be before it gets started? And we are here with opening kickoff as Matt Gay lines it up to kick off to Jacksonville, as we are in Duval, ready to take on these Jaguars in their home field for the first meeting of the season. And the numbers that man Christian Kirk has been able to put up this season have been pretty average, what you would expect for a game manager. 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, not turning over the ball a whole lot, but also not throwing the ball a whole lot. Doesn't even have 3,000 yards on the season with 3 games left into it. So I wonder if that means they're going to be leading on this rushing game to try to stop us. Not a lot of teams do that. They try at the, pretty much in the first quarter, but after that, they kind of fell and fall off when they realize how soft our DBs are. Allowing catches like those in the second level. They're going to go right back to the run with ETN, though, here up the middle. Plenty of rushing room there, which is something that I hope we don't see too much of. Leading them to a 2nd and 1 here at the 44 on their side of the field. Earlier, they're going to hand off again to ETN. Cuts back to the right side, and that's plenty of running room. That is great vision by Travis Etienne. I haven't seen too many CPU running backs do that. He started out left and had a great cutback lane to the right and made a huge gain to get up to the 24. A 20-yard rush followed by a 24-yard touchdown grab. Evan Ingram puts the first points on the board in the ball game, and the Jags will go ahead and take their first early lead here, 7-0. And now we finally get to take a look at our offense. Electric KJ Hamler back there returning another kick, getting a big open hole to start out with, and that's, a huge return. Only up to the 29, I know, but it actually does lead to an injury as Max McCain is going down to the ground. He's going to go to the tunnel. Hopefully that's not a serious injury. Tight end 2 is down, so we're down to just formations that when we have 2 tight ends, you won't see a lot of 3 tight end formations here until we know what his current status is to know whether he's going to come back or not. So that eliminates a couple of our good formations. 2nd and 8 here after we lean on Jonathan Taylor to start off with. Go back to our pass catches as Kyle Pitts gets us the first down with ease there. And just like that, we're moving to going back to our run after a pass attempt was successful. Jonathan Taylor gets a big time run up the field, trying to juke his way forward, but will be just pushed out of bounds at the 41. Trips to the left, 2 tight ends in. We're going to hand it off to the right and not much running room to clear off. We at the 39-yard line here. 2-by-2 set. Clean pocket. Goes out to Kyle Pitts for a great catch and getting taken down by 2 Jags defenders. See, the game plan here is to run and go pretty shallow. Let the catch and runs do it here as they go with a run, countering back to the left. That looked like it could have broke off for a little bit more. He kind of got stuck by his left tackle there. Probably wasn't ready. That's one of the first time I've seen them call a counter like that out of the gun and not out of the pistol under center. Maybe a side effect of not having all 3 tight ends. They're having to call new plays on the fly here. They're going to go and hand off yet again. Receivers getting downfield, getting great blocks. Jonathan Taylor on his horse will dribble that man into the ground. Touchdown, Colts. As Jonathan Taylor saw a wide open gap to the left. You got to thank your receivers for that one. Michael Pitts Jr., Josh Downs. Great second level blocking and the dribble attempts as we're able to go ahead and get into the end zone and tie this ball game back up. It is 7-7. Dropping back, and we go ahead and get to the QB here, Samson Abukum. Adding on to another career-high total sack. Trying to go off of that lead if he can catch back up to some of the top guys. And, of course, it sets him up for bad field position here as we're now down to 3rd and 17. Kurt, handoff up the middle. ETN dribbles a man into the ground, but gets taken down there by Nick Cross. Still in the game as Blackman is still hurt this week. I think this might be his last week or second to last week that he will be on the injury report here as we toss this one out. Jonathan Taylor, big running lane as he jukes us forward to a 6-yard gain. So why not feed that man again on a stretch to the outside? That's why we worked on the agility blocks this week, and the receivers are getting the blocking work too as well. Huge carry puts us on our side of the field at the 42. And that's why you work on the agility blocks, man, so you're able to reach these stretches like these. As Zach Moss, not as much success. Like Quincy Winters, the rookie, was in there on the tackle. Great way to get off your block. That's what you want to see your defensive line do. Just like that, pancake the man to the ground, but not enough speed to stop Richardson as we get up for a first down. And that should be one of the last plays here in the first quarter as we go into the second. Game still tied 7-7. Right after a big-time run play on the pass play, we're going with another read option here to the outside. And the only man that can catch him is a DB, but not before he reaches the first. 2nd and 10. Clean pocket here. Rolls to his left. Fires out to Alec Pierce. Trying to truck his way. Oh, my gosh. Who just Superman dove into the end zone? That man wanted no smoke. Or otherwise, he got stiff-armed all the way to the end zone, which that might be even more embarrassing. As Richardson's going to roll out to his right side. He has his halfback there distracting the linebackers and DBs. And Richardson will run in himself for a touchdown. Putting us back within the lead. Rolling out the red carpet to the end zone because, honestly, he was untouched. They might as well have been taking pictures of this man as he scored the way he just walked into the corner. And now it's up to our defense yet again, who's been playing good today. We let them have one good drive, stopped them on the 3-and-out last time thanks to an early sack. We'll look to try to do it again here as they're going to hand off to Etienne up the middle, getting him in the backfield. That is Jalen Jackson. Seeing him on the field a little bit more often, and he's making plays with it too. 3rd and 7 here, right up the middle, as they're able to go ahead and get the catch in place. We couldn't stop him that time around, but there is an injury to Evan Ingram after making that catch as he limps his way on his own power off to the sideline. Deep pass here by Cousins, and he's got his man. Who's his number 0 this year for him? That might be Ridley. They might have put Ridley in number 0 this year, so they try to go with a direct handoff to the outside. It's Christian Kirk there getting the great block up the field, or should I say great juke, as he slips right in between the block and scores on a end around. One of the best running off defenses in the league gets scored on by a receiver end around. I know they over there getting cussed out, but they don't got too much time to go ahead and get cussed out because they got to come right back on the field. Taylor, who's normally pretty sure-handed with the ball, gives it right back to Jacksonville in red zone territory. Already immediately ready for a field goal, and it's a read option play here by Kirk Cousins. Big time run up the middle, but he is going to be hurt here, getting down and staying on one knee. As they're going to rush him off the field too as well. That brings in young quarterback here for them. I don't even remember looking at bro's name, but he's coming in and throwing a dot into the end zone. Finishing off the drive Cousins started to Christian Kirk yet again. Getting his 2nd touchdown of the day. 1 rushing, 1 receiving. And just like that, a 2-point swing there for Jacksonville has them back on top. 21-14, but there's still plenty of time in this first half for this Colts offense to drive. Hand off to Taylor after the big body catch, and he trucks his way forward for a nice gain of 9. Pretty balanced effort today. Nice mix of runs, passes. I feel like they're leaning a little bit more on Taylor in this first half than they normally do. But here goes a big pass up the field to Michael Pittman Jr. He's got only 6 pass attempts here today, as opposed to just 11 rush attempts from Jonathan Taylor alone. As they go out to a bubble screen here, Alec Pierce gets great blocks from his receiving counterparts. Getting a first down there, seeing RPOs come out is crazy. We saw it a little bit against the Bucs. Maybe they liked how they had success with it and wanted to bring it back in this game. But instead of stepping up in the pocket, Richardson gets scared and tries to run out to his left, only to be met with a sack there. It's 2nd and 19. Handoff, Jonathan Taylor. And when you have a back like this, you can trust 2nd and long runs to get you back up to 3rd and mediums. I guess this is still technically 3rd and long, but 3rd and 11 will be medium from where we just started out at. Rolling to his right side, Richardson, plenty of room to run, and he will get the first down. Beating the linebacker to the line. And here on 1st and goal from the 4. They're going to go ahead and try another little screen pass out here to Josh Downs. Nowhere to go, though. Blocks didn't get set up. They had too many bodies over there to cover it. They were ready for it. 2nd and goal. Handoff, Zach Moss. Taken down short. Staying in the gun here, not going under center. 3rd and goal. Throw over the middle, and that is Josh Downs catching and holding on to it. That's what we wanted to see. Don't let the ball get knocked out. Hold on to my pill. And just like that, we tied a ball game right back up. And from a very slow first quarter, being only 14 points scored, we now see both teams score 14 points in the second. As we go into the half, tied 21-21. 4 rushes, 90 yards there for the Jaguars. Pretty good on the run game here today, of course, due to the receiver run and the halfback big blowout runs that they've had here early. But we'll check out a couple games around the league. Is this one not so much important, but it's good to see Trevor Lawrence with his new team getting a dub, getting the Falcons over top of the New England Patriots, as Mac Jones is still the starter out there too as well. Down in the NOLA, the Saints are able to pull out a victory against the Carolina Panthers 31-24, further getting themselves closer to possibly taking that division at 7-8, just like Atlanta. But as we see the rest of the league here, we're looking mostly for our components here. Tennessee lost to Cleveland. I do see, obviously, Houston lost to Kansas. Oh, they beat Kansas City. Hey, we love that. Get our competition further away from us. I mean, Houston's obviously not making the postseason, but if Kansas City can be farther away from getting this 1 seed, I love it. As we're going to go and toss out the first play of the half. It's a triple option as Jonathan Taylor has no one in front of him. The 10-5 touchdown Colts. The very first play out of the half, they said it's time to stop playing with Jacksonville. We see the triple option make it rear its ugly head yet again. And that is a great play right here. Is Richardson very slow and methodical with it, waits to the point of contact to get it out to Taylor. And both safeties kind of were just waiting to see who's going to get the ball. And Taylor just takes it all the way with his speed and gets straight into the crib. And defense is able to go out and get a 3 and out. So we're back with the offense here. Quick pass goes out to Jelani Woods here. He's able to go ahead and make the play. Still no Max McCain. He is going to be done for the day at least. We'll have to get an update on how many weeks he may potentially be out after the game. But he will not be coming back here for the second half. Now 3rd and 10. They're going to go with a read option here yet again. Richardson, plenty of room to the right side. He'll cut back in and do what he needs to do for the first. No slide, no going for the sidelines. He's giving up his body to go win this ball game. We fast forward a little bit, 2nd and 11 here. We go back over the middle to Alec Pierce, getting us into a 3rd and short. Only 131 yards today, as Richardson has kept it to basically kind of check downs today. Nothing really deep down the field. But one thing that is deep down the field is them running legs. Touchdown, Colts. Able to get in the end zone and get a 2-score lead now. As you see the great block, let's not forget, Michael Pittman Jr. just laid down a great block on the receiver and got in the way of the other defender to be able to let Richardson get that touchdown. We are now up 35-21. And after they get a couple of stops here, we start the 4th quarter with them at the 1-yard line. After a great punt by our punter, pins them all the way back. 2nd and 11. After the rushing attempt goes nowhere on 1st down. They try to pass here on 2nd, and that is out to the tight end, but we knock it loose. Worst team as far as takeaways. We have 0 today, so that's why we are so bad. A takeaway here would be beautiful as a run to the outside. Gets dribbled into the ground. Pierre Collins got babied into the dirt by Travis Etienne. We could have had them on a 3 and out, punting back from well deep in their territory. But because he didn't, they have some more life here, and they're going to use that life. If you don't stop a drive, of course, they're going to keep moving, as it is Sherry, the name of the young quarterback in the backfield, leading their way up. You notice they haven't scored really since Kirk Cousins left the game. Now, of course, Sherry did, finish off the drive, but he was, brought there by Cousins. And all he had to do was complete 1 pass. But ever since then, that 3rd quarter was Goose Egg City. And so far here we are almost halfway through the 4th and still have yet to even get to their side of the field. They're trying, though. ETN, a pretty good game. 14 rushes, 73 yards. One of the best probably rushing performances we've seen this season from an opposing team. As Sherry's going to roll out to his right all day to throw. Finds his halfback. That's ETN on the flats. But it won't be enough for the first. It'll just be enough to get him to the 50. Emptying out the backfield. 3rd and 4. Throw goes shallow. And we knock the ball out of ETN's hands. That's Nick crossing coverage, making it go 4th and 4. But they're going to go for it. 6 minutes left to go in the game. And they need a score here to keep pace. They haven't been able to stop our offense, so I understand it. All day to throw. It goes out to the out route, and that's wide open. Calvin Ridley. Nobody covering the out route there. I think that's a cover 2. The cloud guy kind of went down for the flats, of course, like he's supposed to. We should have one of those hook zones travel out with him, but he did not do his assignment. But everything seems to be A-okay as we get him to another 4th and long here. Can we play better this time? We're going to go manned up coverage as it looks like. And he is able to find a wide open receiver. That's Christian Kirk breaking off Vince Anthony on the quick slant. Almost able to score that one all the way in. As Kirk has looked pretty unstoppable here today. 3rd and goal, though. As it's taking them to these 3rd and 4th downs to be able to get the end zone. They've already converted 2 straight 4th downs. Will they have to do a 3rd one here? As that goes out to Etienne in the flats, and he's able to be taken down by Vince. They're going to go no huddle, though. Something they must have liked here. Will they go 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions in this drive? Sherry rolling to his left, finds Etienne wide open in the corner. I don't know why Vince was, I guess he was locked in on the quarterback waiting for the sack celebration and forgot all about Travis Etienne as he's able to basically walk into the end zone. And it all comes down to our offense here. 3 minutes left to go. They have all their timeouts. So if they're able to stop us from getting first, they could get this ball and tie this game back up. But we have the lead. We have the league's best rusher in the backfield. 20 carries today, 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he has to run to close out this game. Yeah, I don't like y'all's chances too often here. 195 on the day after that one. 3rd and 5 after the 2-minute warning hits and helps them out with their free timeouts. If they stop us, they could get it. Richardson will drop back all day to throw. Finds his receivers as Michael Pittman Jr. wide open in the flats. That's enough for the 1st down, and that should just about do it. They have to use their first timeout. But now they're going to have minimal time to use any others as Richardson takes it over to the left side himself. getting taken down for 2nd and 12. Another handoff here to the left side. Jonathan Taylor gets it to 3rd and short, and that's the Jags' final timeout. It all comes down to this. Handoff, Taylor, 1st down carry. Getting us to our side of the field, but that'll be more than enough. We don't need any more yardage there as we just run out the clock and we take this game here against Jacksonville, 35-28. You could say the downfall of it was maybe Christian Kirk getting injured. They were keeping pace and doing pretty good there. They got a lucky turnover to kind of get them on top, but I did like their chances a little bit better with Kirk out there slinging the pill over Mike Sherry. I mean, he did okay though, 60% completion percentage. Wasn't too bad through the air. But our offense also was unstoppable. Almost 300 yards of rushing offense here today. We had a goose egg in the 4th, but they had a goose egg in the 3rd, and we matched it up with 2 14s. So I'll take it. Passing game was light today, only 147 compared to their 209. Total yards almost around 600. And 3rd down conversions, 8 for 9. They were 3 for 10, but the 3 that they converted were also 4th down convert. 3 of the ones that they didn't convert were also 4th down conversions that were able to keep going. 2 for 6 in the red zone. Honestly, don't understand how we were so bad. I don't even remember being in the red zone that often. We obviously didn't have any turnovers. No interceptions here today for Anthony Richardson. Mike Sherry, though, 14 for 23, 2 touchdowns, 132 on a day, 5.7 average per attempt. So he's really checking it down a lot. They didn't trust him to go down the field, whereas you saw Christian Kirk at 15 per attempt. Taylor finishes well over 200 yards, 217, 2 touchdowns. Richardson, 73 and 2 touchdowns through the ground, too, as well. Almost a 100-yard rushing day for him. And the best rushing performance I think we've seen from an opposing team, 16 for 74. They didn't give up on the run, and then he matched it with 6 catches as well. Michael Pittman Jr. led us in receptions with 4, but not too much to speak on our pass game. Downs did catch the only touchdown pass. And then Vince Anthony led us in solo tackles with 6, Franklin with 12 total, 2 TFLs for Vince, Franklin, and Buckner, a sack for Juan Barrett and Samson and Bukum, as the defense held on just enough to go ahead and get us this victory here today. We got a couple of upgrades coming out of the game. Right tackle. Now 4 of our 5 offensive linemen have gotten an upgrade here recently. And for him, we're going to work on his pass protector. We want our tackles to be able to keep our quarterback upright, and especially to be able to run out of the pocket, especially since we do a lot of running to the right. And then Jonathan Taylor getting an upgrade here, obviously after a huge day on the ground. We're going to upgrade his elusive back to make sure he keeps having those big days. And we do have big news here. Jonathan Taylor is now the all-time single-season rushing leading record holder, 2,154 yards after that 200-yard game performance. And we still have 2 games left to go for him to extend that lead. Now, with that dub, that does get us the division at 14-1. The Bengals, the only other AFC team to clinch anything. They clinched their division at 12-3. Still a long ways to go to see who else is going to take the divisions and wild card standings. On the NFC side, we've got 3 division winners decided, really 4, as the Eagles and Cowboys both clinched playoff spots. One of them is going to take the division. One's going to be a wildcard team. The Bucks, 49ers, both go ahead and take their divisions too as well. So shout out to them. Taylor, of course, wins Player of the Week for his performance here. Over 200 yards all purpose and a couple of touchdowns. As we go into the last weekends of the season, I mean, no dub here between the Bucks or Jags or lost by another team will give us home field advantage. We'll go ahead and put both games in the next video to go ahead and finish out the season, get to the end of the single season stats, and go ahead and start up another playoff run to see if we can go back to back. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. What other records will be broken? What other stats and milestones will be hit? Anthony Richardson is close to 5,000. We almost have a chance to have 3 1,000-yard receivers. And Taylor could possibly get on the touchdown record leaderboard, as well as Anthony Richardson, as well as Josh Downs. So let me know down below, what records do you see the team breaking to end the season? And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. It's me, your boy SGG, aka SmooveGotGame, aka Coach Cooper. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm gone for the day. Later.